Okay, so I want to introduce the concept of graphs in this video, and we'll talk about the graphs in general. On this, I actually have a video from the internet that explains the different types of charts. It shows really nicely how they all look to give you a feel for that. But graphs can be found on the insert ribbon on the menu, and it has a new one called recommended charts, which is actually kind of great. If you select some data and choose recommended charts, it'll come up and you can kind of see some different options that they think would work for you, and that's actually pretty cool because you don't even have to think that hard about it. If you're not quite sure what you want to do, you can kind of look and see what is coming up. And then we have column charts, bar charts, which are basically column charts on their size. We have stock analysis, surface, radar, those are the more charts. Line charts, area charts, which are basically kind of line charts with areas filled in underneath. A combo chart, which can combine two different types of data on the same chart. Pie charts and scatter charts are the most are the options that you have available to you. Again, I have a video that specifically explains all of these, but when you insert a chart, and I'm just going to go ahead and go to recommended chart and click OK. We'll get a little more into that. Then you have what opens up to you is a whole lot of formatting options. Okay, so you have predefined chart formats that you can click through if you see one that appeals to you. You've got options of switching the row and the column if it makes more sense to have one or the other. You can change your chart type if you changed your mind on what you wanted to do. Maybe I wanted it to be a bar chart instead. Okay, you can do that. And then you have the format, which gives you options for formatting. I think I'm going to take it back to the column chart. That was a little easier to see. Okay, for that. And then on the format, again, I can impact that. So if I don't want that to be blue, I could come up here to the fill and change it to my green or whatever it is I want it to be. I've got different formatting options, and then in addition to that, here I have options that come up for the different elements that I can format. So if I want to add data labels, or if I want to add a data table, and you can kind of see how that goes. So you have a lot of functionality that you can do when you are working with charts. One other thing I want to show you real quick, and then we'll talk specifically about making column and pie charts in another video, but on the design ribbon we have the option to move the chart. Okay, when the chart comes up, it kind of just comes up in the middle of whatever you've got it in, and you can drag it to a new location that way, but sometimes you don't want the chart on the sheet you're working in. And if I go to move chart, I have two options. Object in is an embedded chart within the worksheet, and it will be in a sheet. If I choose new sheet, and I can even give it a name, okay, I can call this column chart. Let's get fancy with that, and click OK. And what happens is this chart becomes its own page, its own sheet in the worksheet, and it's big. I can see clearly what I'm formatting. If I needed to copy it for Word or make it its own page for a presentation or something like that, it gives me a lot of options. Okay, so move chart lets you put that chart on its own sheet if you choose the new sheet option. Okay, let's talk specifics about charts in another video. Take a minute in between to watch the video that explains the different types of charts you have available to you.